Welcome to the post-completion OPT video series. In this video, we are going to talk about when and how you apply in the ISD portal for your OPT recommendation. At this point, you should be very familiar with using the ISD portal. Once you have gathered all the required documents, and this is something we are going to talk about in the next video, you will go to the ISD portal and under Forms, you will select OPT application. From there, you will attach a PDF with all the required documents and submit the request. This request will allow us to review your documents and then make a request in CVIS for OPT. With this new I-20, you will be able to finish the USCIS application that you will have started before getting to this point. This process will be shared in the next video. One of the first things you will need to decide is when you would like to request your OPT to start. The rule of thumb is to pick a day that is within 60 days of your graduation. For example, if you are graduating on May 15, you will have until July 14 to request a start date for OPT. To decide this date, you will need to factor in your situation. Do you already have a job offer? You may want to start as soon as possible. Do you need time to look for a job? Then you may want to push the start date back to the end of June or even July. But you will need to pick a day in that 60-day time frame. The earlier you submit your application, the better. This will ensure you have your EAD card on time to start work on the day you have requested. So now that you know your OPT application timeframe, let's see what you need to do to request your OPT I-20 from us and the 3 steps to a successful OPT application. Step 1 is everything we just talked about. You need to apply as early as 90 days before your program end date, up to 60 days after. Before you submit your application in the ISD portal, make sure you have already applied for graduation through your e-services account. You will also need to be prepared to pay the UHCL OPT fee. The link for payment is provided in the ISD portal at the time of your application. Be ready to upload all the documents and either a scanned copy of your paper-based application to USCIS or a snapshot of your online application. More information about the process will be in the next video. Step 2. You will receive your OPT I-20 from us within 7 to 10 business days, so be sure to allow for processing time. Step 3. You will submit your application to USCIS. There are 2 ways to do it. You can mail it via postal mail, or you can submit it online. We highly recommend submitting your application online, but it is up to you. Your advisor will email your new OPT I-20 to you. Please check over it before adding it to your USCIS application. Check that the new end on that I-20 is official closing of the semester listed on the academic calendar. Please take notice of the date your advisor signed the I-20. You typically have 30 days from that day for your application to be received by USCIS. If your application is not received by USCIS within 30 days, the application will be denied. And finally, on page 2 of your new I-20, be sure to check that OPT employment authorization dates you have requested are listed. If you would like to change the requested dates, you can only do this if you have not submitted your application to USCIS. Email your advisor to make this request. Something else to note, while on OPT, your travel signatures are valid for only 6 months. If you need a travel signature while you are on OPT, you can make a request in the ISD portal. You may want to set a reminder to make this request in 5 to 6 months, regardless of your travel plans, to ensure you have an updated authorization in the event of an emergency and you need to quickly leave the US for any reason. Let's review the timeline for applying for OPT one more time. You can apply no earlier than 90 days before the official closing of your graduation semester and no later than 60 days from the closing date of your graduating semester. After you have applied for an OPT I-20 from OIAP, you have 30 days from the day your I-20 was issued to submit it to USCIS and have it received. Keep that in mind if you are nearing the end of your 60-day grace period after graduation. If your application is rejected, you have time to reapply if you have applied early enough and you are still within your eligibility window. One final thing to consider when applying for OPT is please be sure that you are 99% sure you are graduating. If you think you may possibly not pass a class in your final semester or not graduate for any reason, it is best to wait until your graduation to request an OPT I-20. If for some reason you are not able to graduate and you thought you were going to, please reach out to us. It is absolutely critical you reach out to your advisor so we can extend your program for an additional semester. If you have applied for OPT, that means that we will have shortened your program end date, and that could be an issue. Also, depending on where you are in the OPT application process, we may need to cancel or withdraw your application. We can help you with that if you have not submitted your application to USCIS yet. But if you already applied for OPT to USCIS, you will need to withdraw your application from USCIS by yourself. So in this case, please reach out to us and we will help you with the next steps there. And thank you so much for watching this video. Please check out the other videos in the post-completion video series. Thanks and keep watching.